Hello again, my friend. Welcome back. I'm Wayne Scherer, coming to you from my home office in Washington, D.C. Let's take a look this time at the easy way to bypass fear and defeat business failure. Would that be good? So let me ask you this. Are you ready? Have you ever had a fear or anxiety stop you cold in your tracks? I'm talking about fear that you probably recognize as somewhat irrational, yet you don't know the next step to take, so you were stopped dead cold. In fact, you may not have succeeded because of it. Has that ever happened to you? Have moments like this existed in your life and on your path to success? Well, in a moment, I'm going to show you a simple way to get around those fears. Would that be helpful? To not let them stand in your way. But first, I want to share with you this story. This is something I don't normally spend a lot of time sharing with people because, quite honestly, it's a bit embarrassing, and it could have been a real limitation in my life, and that's actually why I'm sharing it. However, I chose not to let it stop me. Not actually consciously, but I did. Since I was a kid, I've had a severe form of anxiety disorders. I didn't really understand them until after I retired from the Navy. I didn't even know what it was. But the fear and anxiety that wells up inside of me is so strong and so debilitating, it actually causes me to have diarrhea. Now, seriously. I learned early in my career as a Navy aviator that I had to plan for this, and I didn't really understand that it was anxiety. However, I knew that before each training mission and combat mission, I was going to have diarrhea. Now, I flew over 250 combat missions. So this meant that I needed to add an additional 2 hours onto my planning time in order to ensure I could get everything done before it was time to launch. You know, part of the everything was, right? So it could be so bad that I remember on one mission that I was going to fly over, that I was to lead over Bosnia. I was leading the mission, and I was so full of fear and anxiety that I even had to leave the aircraft after it was started on the flight deck to relieve my diarrhea. Literally, it was turning and ready to go to launch, and I had to leave the aircraft, go to the bathroom, and come back. Now, I had the same problems during college before exams. The same thing would happen. It would happen to me, and I would perform poorly on the test. I would get so uptight. I'd have to go to the bathroom all the time. So I knew I had to do something in order to get around this major barrier. I wasn't about to let fear prevent me from succeeding. The success was built into me. It was more powerful than anything. But if I had allowed these fears, as irrational as they may be, to control my life, then not only would I have not been a success in the Navy, I also would have never completed college. The solution was simple. I actually did this without thinking about it. I simply created alternate routes to enable myself to bypass the fears or not let the fear control the outcome. In college, I hadn't quite really figured this out and how to do this. So it wasn't as determined there, other than I needed to succeed. However, in the Navy, for the sake of getting a mission complete, I learned I simply just had to put some time up front, okay? Add on some extra time. So does this really work? Well, remember that mission where I actually had to leave the aircraft on the flight deck before I launched into combat? That mission was such a huge success, I was awarded an air medal for leading it. That's exactly what Pure Leverage and 7-Minute Workout offer for you. They're the roots around your fears. They're the alternate path that enable you to lead a life to amazing success. And of course, I've added to all of this, but when you join my team today and become a VIP or elite member, you receive a $3,000 bonus package that keeps growing, and my direct assistance along the way. You see, my desire, having lived a life of massive anxiety, was to create an alternate path for you that eliminated the fear of never having someone to actually help you along the way. When you complete your sign up today, you just email me or let me know via Skype, Web Traffic Man, that you've done so. I'll start connecting you with the bonus package and start you in the right direction to start getting leads and sales immediately. Okay? That's my deal with you. I look forward to working with you, and I'll talk with you soon. See you next time.